You know, back when I reviewed Princess Spike, I said that I hoped that episode would be the low point of Season 5 and we'll be uphill from there. Well, son of a gun, folks done commented, just wait until you get to What About Discord? After all, it has this, and this. Don't even want to know what's going on with this.
Orange!
Then this. And 'tis true, I have many an issue with this episode. But the funny thing is that when I take a look at how Twilight and Discord...
Oh yeah!
Okay, what?
Doing a review with the bird guy. KP. Any word, there's a Discord episode. Right now? Discord episode. Do you really need to ask?
I never knew that fangirling could break the bounds of time and space. Is that Anthony C's channel over yonder?
And that's why we... Freaky, feathery things in my face.
Now, that's just uncalled for. We were roomies at BronyCon. In fact, you want another drinkity-winkity?
Oh, I'll not fall for your tricks a second time, sir.
Aha! Your Australian trickery shall avail you not. I know that thing's gonna come back around and size 13.
Thanks, Anthony. The review hasn't even started and we've hit out Silver's abuse quota. Let's do this.
You put one video of a guy slightly drunk on selling his boot to the head. Anyway, what about Discord?
What about him?
No, I mean the episode. What did you think of the episode?
Oh, it sucked. I said so way back when. This episode sucks.
Succinct. Well, let's tackle this piecemeal. Starting with Twilight's natural environment, a library.
Book sortation. 3 uninterrupted days of reorganizing books.
3 days. Twilight cut off contact from the outside world for 3 days and spent all her time in a library? That sounds rather familiar.
We've been watching her for 3 days. Library house. Library house. That's it.
Would you excuse me a moment? Twilight, is there anything you'd like to say about your book sortation in your personal library to Moondancer?
Can you think of anything more relaxing?
Well, claw massages, back rubs, bubble baths.
Booze.
Yeah, we're gonna need some of that. It's a long episode.
Have no fear, I came prepared.
You have a problem.
Sister, I am the problem.
Too bad I don't have the solution.
Whoa, that strange yellow orb in the sky. What is that?
Ooh, check out that fine spike sass.
The new perfume from Hasbro. When you need a little fire in your step.
It's not like we missed anything.
In the midst of this, Discord and Rainbow Dash come into the scene.
What the hell was that? They've gone to plaid!
And suddenly Discord and Rainbow Dash are friends? Doesn't Rainbow Dash not like Discord all that much? If memory serves...
I'll always be loyal to the princess.
We'll see about that.
Dopey Discord forgot about these babies. Try us, Dipcord. What do you think of your friend now, Fluttershy? I say we blast him back to stone. Not it. In your dreams.
And so begin the annoyances.
Me and Discord are just messing around.
Last time he messed around, you two ended up in a slime ball.
Hysterical!
This is where the episode starts to lose people. The opposite of dramatic irony. We're in the dark, like Twilight. But while Twilight has to work through this, we have the remote control.
And much of this new development happens off screen. It would have been much more natural if we see these relationships grow, but instead we have to assume there's development. And here's a hint. Character development works better when, there's actually development. But I'll still watch because Discord.
But I want to watch Kamen Rider build. I hear this week's monster is based on a bicycle chain.
I guess that gets the wheels turning.
Anywho, the tour de what continues as Twilight checks in on each friend, and Discord is there every time.
All that organizing has done wonders for your complexion.
Because 3 days without the sun does that. Who needs that vitamin D?
Could that be the reason Rarity's coat is so pale? What do you think, Pasty? I'ma be over here, where it's less painful.
I've even included my favorites by former cancel art designer to the stars, Rococo Frou-Frou.
Oh, I love her.
Him.
With a name like that, you'd think he'd go with a name change.
Oh, he did.
What was his old name?
Super Butch McKickass. His parents set strange expectations.
Orange, you glad you did it?
I still have this. Aww.
Was wondering what happened to that.
The only thing that comes around to me is pain. Speaking of pain, my favorite pony has been corrupted.
Can you do this?
Why you do this, Discord? She means so much to us both.
Peanut butter hoof? Yuck, not even with jelly.
What I would give to have been in the recording studio when Delancey-senpai recorded that line.
Now I need you to say that with a southern twang, Mr. Delancey.
Oh, please.
Now, while I agree that seeing the ponies in Discord bond would be a fun thing to witness, another part of me is just relieved to see this mutual resentment put to bed. I still maintain that the ponies did little to keep Discord's loyalty during Twilight's kingdom, and he's done little to earn their affection. So I'm glad that at least something happened to bridge the gap and end what was becoming a one-note relationship.
And I think this is because Discord is secretly jealous of Twilight, someone that is so much successful in the area that he has so much struggle with. That's why I think he's so keen on having Twilight trip in this episode, to show that she has friendship flaws as well. Whether that's a good reason can be dependent on the viewer, but Discord being rejected is his ultimate fear. But we can talk about that more later.
Having inside jokes can really create a lasting bond between friends.
Whilst losing your audience. We're meant to share in Twilight's frustration, but it's also affecting our own entertainment aspect. There's a mystery that we're never meant to solve. But this all leads to Twilight saying what I view as one of the most infamous lines in the series.
Spike, I'm the princess of friendship. I don't get jealous.
Okay, class, let's do a little phrase reaction. How would you interpret if Twilight said, I'm the princess of friendship, I shouldn't be jealous?
Is she a Mary Suit? Did I win?
No, dunce cap for you. Now how about, I mustn't get jealous? Or, Celestia and Cadence wouldn't get jealous?
What about Luna?
Double dunce caps. But no, Twilight is saying, I don't get jealous. What does that mean to you?
Twilight thinks she doesn't have flaws because she's now a princess, which doesn't really make sense. I know I got it right that time. What's my prize?
You get to keep watching this episode.
I want my tuition back.
Your money is now my money. Enjoy college debt. Twilight is filled with justifications and excuses, even rationalizing a reason why she's pursuing this.
If we could find out what those things were, it could be a real breakthrough in the science of friendship.
Yeah! With the power of science, I shall create the ultimate friend. Igor? Igor, there is your hump.
You haven't even asked me to dinner yet.
There are children in the audience. Now, throw the switch.
I guess. I ship you and Sweetie anyway.
Behold, the perfect friend.
For Huggles! Anyone want a hug? There's plenty to go around. KP-senpai! I saved a super special hug just for you.
What kind of monster have you created?
Yeah! It's not that funny. But I want in on the Huggles.
Yee! Kill me.
My gosh, we're doing a lot of skits. I think it's because I'm not feeling invested in the story. It's just Twilight spinning her wheels. KP, what do you think? Oh, you lucky duck.
There will be no shipping.
I'm gonna.
Hey, here's something to distract everyone. A mysterious pair of binoculars watching every pony.
Hello, Starlight. Welcome to Ponyville. I'm so glad you're here in time to appreciate my new megaphone. It's just like the old one, except that it's got a mariachi setting. It's totally annoying, and I love it. Next, I'm gonna play.
She's not in the mood to talk.
So basically, we get a big long scene of Twilight trying to recreate the luncheon with Discord's help, and then they
Sit! Followed by changing tables and reposition. Then stay tuned for Cloud Moving! This Sunday at the Fun Way Spectacular! That's right, I'm making this sound exciting by talking out my poop shoes.
Okay, I'm gonna talk about something more interesting. Let's talk about Senpai Delancey's roles. We have the scientist from Quantum Conundrum, ground control operator from Breaking Bad, the mad scientist from Legend, the waiter from, okay, maybe I'm reaching here, but I love being reminded of John Delancey Senpai, okay?
Luckily, I don't need to be reminded of my senpai, cause she's standing right in front of me.
Security!
Duncan, Rocco, how's it going, guys?
You know them?
Well, I am the ultimate friend.
Finnay, how's it hanging, little buddy?
I was just about to hug KP. You guys want to help?
You kidding? Let's do it!
Run away! What is my life right now?
Excuse me. Something from lunch.
Gross.
Now, you might be seeing some memories of your favorite actor here, but all I'm seeing is Discord being less than himself. Much like in Make New Friends But Keep Discord, his chaos abilities are being put towards costumes. So much so that between him and Pinky, I think this episode should be renamed My Little Pony, Cosplaying is Magic. There are some wickedly good cosplayers out there, but Discord's more than costume changes. Heck, I can do that. But I expect more from Discord, and tap dancing while wearing peanut butter jars just seems to be aiming low. I'm looking for him to play with the environment more and usurp reality.
I'm questioning a lot of things here. You have all these why?
Keeps things fresh and fabulous!
I can agree, like I said before. It's nice to see that Discord is finally starting to have a relationship with the other main six, excluding Twilight. These inside jokes are really showing just how much he's developed over the course of his reformation. But Lord, so many costume changes. I like to focus on the point of the scene, so to emphasize bonding, not turning this into a rarity episode. What the fuck?
It was something awful. If we don't break the spell they're under, who knows what terrible things could happen?
I wish you could have had the Lesson Zero main when she said that.
What is sticking? Monitor everything.
We're at the point where Twilight is making drastic leaps in thinking, but her physical appearance isn't matching the breakdown. And I think Twilight is at her best when she's going over the top both mentally and physically.
Sakura, what do you think?
Le gasp! Sakura! Hey, remember her? She used to be in this show.
She's giving Applejack a new run for background pony. I have the power of Discord. Don't toy with me. Get it? Because you're a toy line? I'm funny.
I appreciate the launch vector and the fact that that didn't happen to me.
Our friendship with Discord is truly a shock. But who says it is something that we must block?
My pop culture senses are tingling.
So anyway, Twilight now has a potion that should block the mind control, which Sakura just has around because, well, she lives near Ponyville, and at this point, that's very prudent. Though Spike asks the all-important question.
If that's the potion, then what's brewing in your cauldron?
It ties the room together and emits a warm glow. But if I am to be honest, it's just for show.
I'ma drink from it.
Don't do it.
I'ma do it. It's Ecto Cooler.
Can't tell if you look better or worse.
It's a good thing I don't have ears to hear how hurtful you're being.
So Twilight calls everyone to the Crystal Palace for product placement, and Pinky starts checking out everyone's bottoms.
Kids show, right?
Totally for kids, depending on what kind of kids you want to raise.
So Twilight proposes that they're all under Discord's spell, which is met with a very measured response from Applejack.
What kind of fertilizer have you had your nose in, Twilight?
Very measured. But I'm getting a sense of deja vu here.
Deja Q?
Not everything is about Delancey.
The good stuff is.
I'm actually thinking of that scene from A Canterlot Wedding, where Twilight flew off the handle and got everyone mad.
Because you're evil. Evil.
It's interesting to look at the parallels here. We have Twilight making an assumption and acting on it without checking. We have her cut off from her friends communication-wise and ends up alienating them. We even get identical scenes of the ponies walking out on Twilight and Applejack getting in the last word.
Come on, y'all. Let's go check on the princess. So much for that whole spell theory.
That's one bitter apple. But there are two things that set this apart from A Canterlot Wedding. The first is dramatic irony. Back then, we knew that Twilight was onto something and everyone else was being oblivious and dismissive. Here, we know the fault lies with Twilight, and so the group's indignity is more justified. The main reason I like this scene is more what happens next. In a candlelit wedding, Twilight's friends went on without her, effectively selling out their friendship for a place in a wedding. How the old Discord would have laughed if he'd known how easy it was to break their friendship just by dangling someone cooler in front of them. Here, however, they stop and take heed of Twilight's feelings. They don't walk out on her for a new, cooler friend. They stop and give her some straight talk.
Sure you can, Twilight. And none of us begrudge you for it.
We're sorry if we made you feel left out. And you're allowed to feel a little jealous about it. You just have to be able to admit that that's what you're feeling so you can let it go.
Of course, this is when Discord accidentally admits that he engineered Twilight's exclusion just to mess with her. Might I say that he was acting deliciously antagonistic?
Well, I wouldn't say it's totally antagonistic, just a little petty. See, you have to remember, under all that smooth talking and Delanceyism, Discord is super insecure, and I believe that was his whole driving force in this episode. Discord has something Twilight is jealous of. Twilight, who has always bested him with her higher knowledge of friendship, Discord finally has the upper hand on her. So I believe it's less of an evil act, but more of what was just an immature one. And you have to remember, like we talked about before, the other main ponies have always been against Discord, until this episode. Discord has generally won them over so well that Twilight feels left out. I think it's kind of letting it get to his head.
But let us not forget that Discord also did Twilight a solid this episode, intentionally or not. Let's double back to that line from Twilight.
I'm the princess of friendship. I don't get jealous.
What if this isn't a point of view unique to Twilight? Consider the case of Princess Luna. As her jealousy towards Celestia grew, did Luna ever challenge her own feelings? Given her emphasis on titles, I can imagine her saying that such pettiness was beneath her. No, a princess of Equestria did not become jealous. This was Celestia's fault. It was always her fault. Luna only had the one problem, her grandstanding sister. So whether he meant it or not, Discord gave Twilight a chance to avoid letting a title blind her to her own quirks and fallibilities.
So, in a Discord review, you still managed to bring up Princess Luna?
Luna is all things, even more than Delancey.
Tonight we burn the heretic.
Overreaction much?
Quite the non-believer.
But my least favorite aspect about how all this plays out is that Twilight continually regrets taking time for herself. That if only she hadn't done something she enjoyed, she could have shared the group's activities. And much like in Amending Fences, I don't enjoy a message that demonizes being an introvert. Folks, life is about choice. Every day we choose to do or not do activities, and we just have to accept the consequences. Sometimes you miss out. Sometimes you might have a breakthrough you wouldn't have had if you'd been distracted. The key thing is not to spend your life being afraid of what you're missing. Rather, accept and enjoy what has happened as much as possible. It's for this reason and other criticisms that this episode falls pretty flat. Well, that and the fact that Twilight then turns the tables and makes Discord feel excluded. Nothing like an eye for an eye, eh?
And that's the aspect that proves my point. For how sucky of an episode this is, Discord still feels hurt by that same rejection. If he was just doing this maliciously, I would imagine he wouldn't care if he was excluded, as long as he caused the mischief he set out to do. And that's what makes Discord my favorite character. Behind all the facade, he really has a golden heart, just doesn't know how to do the right thing quite all the time. But when you take those things away from him and strip him to his core, he's really sweet and genuine. That's something that Discord has also learned, that friendship is magic, that being lonely sucks even if he has his chaos. That's why Discord is so much more than a creature of chaos, as the latter episode implies, because he demonstrates more than just chaos with his intentions. He demonstrates an insecure character that can be childish sometimes, but when he shines, boy does he shine.
And props to Twilight for extending the olive branch, or peace orange, to end on a group laugh. So that was What About Discord, and yeah, I didn't enjoy it. There were some fun elements, but there's an overriding frustration. We never solved the mystery of what happened that weekend, and so a part of the story is left unresolved. This isn't Twilight and friends trying to solve a problem or growing from the experience. It's Twilight's friends causing the problem while being oblivious to the consequences. Plus, there's the idea that spending time alone is bad for you because of all the stuff you could miss out on, which I find to be a very bad message. The lesson Twilight learns in Discord's role still puts this episode above Princess Spike, but it's not an episode I'm eager to revisit.
And I agree. What's important and heartwarming are aspects that are implied by this episode and the outcome of it, but not really the in-between. We are supposed to sympathize with Twilight by missing something the other characters jumped in on, but in the end, it's just a cheap way to show character development, as in just telling the audience it happened off-screen. While I do applaud the episode for bridging the gap between Discord and the other ponies, this could have been so much more effective if we got to see it. You know that old film rule, show don't tell? You know? But I guess I'm happy with Discord's implied growth, and the ending hug sure does make the episode just a little better. Speaking of better things, let's see what's going on with Anthony. But know this, whenever there's a Discord episode, whenever Delancey Senpai graces us with his appearance, whenever I can review bomb another channel, I'll be there.
And that's why it's very important to make sure that— Oh, the ponies are invading my real life.
Woohoo! The hug shall be doubled!
Have you lot been cleared by immigration?
I'm Silver-Quill, and I just want to say,
even in the weakest of episodes, the grandeur of Delancey shines through.
But my fanboy heart belongs to Luna! Luna, Luna, Luna!
Thanks for watching.